Here we go. It's match number 4. It's APL season number 1, day number 1, game numeral 4. Flight path though is a northeast down towards a west, pushing towards that southwest. But Miramar's a bigger map, but it does kind of favour that northwest corner, right, Bart?
Yeah, and guys, I know you can see on the map, I finally fixed my colors. I accidentally copied something I wasn't supposed to, so I'm a little bit mad at myself, but it's all good now, so we're all good. But I did want to mention the leaderboard really quickly. I know that we haven't shown it on stream a ton, so I want to give you the top 3 teams just because I like giving you guys information. But in first place so far, we have ClownCar, 26 kills, 16 placement points, totaling 42 points. In second place, we have Funny Business with 14 place points, 26 kill points again, and 40 total. And then in third, we have Monkey Business with 24 points total with 14 kills and 10 placement points. So right now, the top 2 teams are actually kind of flying away with it for a little while. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the next couple of games. But right now, Clown Car, Funny Business, and Monkey Business, a lot of businesses in this one, are doing really well.
Yeah, you got to remember it's a 4-day event, but it's about how do you set your stall up this day number 1. And obviously, the guys are pushing an aggressive day number 1, let's be honest. And some of these teams are trying to run away with it, not just kills, but also they're getting a good, consistent level of placement points, because it's not always about the kills. It's not always about being super aggressive. Sometimes you've got to get that balance right, and that balance has to come from making sure you get yourself in, get your rotations right, play the zones well, and make sure that you put those placement points on the board, but also more importantly, get those kills on the board as well. Zone shift though, look at the bigger picture. It is in that late playing path, and it is gone for that sort of northwest approach. Now, Creative Field is going to be, I think, a main centre of approach for a lot of these teams here. FB are game number 3 winners. They will be delighted that he's coming their way, but they've got to shift quite quickly, and we are getting a double up though. Look at that, we've got Reddit and who are sitting up in Monty. They're in zone, so they could maybe take their time with the fight, but they've got to be cautious because zone might push away from them here. But Monty, as much as I love landing here on ranks, it is not great when it comes down to competition, because you tend to find these teams are highly skilled and they will sit tight for quite a while. I'm going to say maybe with this split, with this draw line, both these teams could disengage and maybe push in for a later zone fight.
Yeah, and honestly, the really fun thing that I cannot wait for is I love the scouting with the bikes. And technically, all 3, I think, of the mountains that we see people typically uh, scout out with the bikes, going all the way up the hill and then landing on top. I love it when they do that.
Hmm.
But usually we see one near Bunts, we see one where No Cap is to the west of him, and I can't wait to see who is going to fill that spot and who's going to really be going for that information and figuring out what rotations to take. But ADR, Funny Business, they should be the first 2 teams to really get prio on circle just because of where they went. But if they're not careful, Red and Butt may actually fight.
Yeah, they are both pushing for the same area. Both haven't got bikes to get up to that top of the mountain. Now you can get on foot, but ADR is already here, so
Oh no.
surely he's going to be lining these shots up pretty quickly. Is he gonna? He's gonna be ready. That car's just gonna roll straight past him. He has to get the knock. He does come out of
Oh
here. Oh, that
no.
car hasn't put the handbrake on. He has to get aggressive. Nade is only gonna go one place. It has gone underneath here. That should be the end of him. And it is great. Nade doesn't get the shots on point. Doesn't put the handbrake on the car. FB, despite having the prime real estate, I think ADR stole that away from him.
Yeah, Rhett just being the first one there. And if I know Rhett, pretty sure he's just laughing in chat right now, just being like, thanks for the free kill, man. I've seen a couple of his streams. That's usually his attitude when I've seen him. So, but he's gonna be very happy with that. Luck Equation and Elusive kind of by each other. Earth not taking any shots right now. I think he's okay with them leaving as he is the only one there. And Trashtical 8 actually going with an aggressive split. So or Elusive might actually say something about that. But Babbler and Wasapi now finding each other, and Wasapi going to be down and out.
Yeah, not bad push really. Nice aggressive play. I'm interested to see how the collectors do. I'm gonna say they haven't had a great start with a wrangle, but we do see some teams
Hmm.
that do favour Miramar maps. They like the little bit of open space. They like playing out in the sort of sand dunes that is on Miramar, and they've got a good knock. Wardo disengaging as he knows he can't get up there quick enough. I think he's done the right thing now as he does push himself back down. He's gonna put himself back on the other hill. Both of these sides are great. Obviously, I say Forge, who have landed up in that sort of power grid area, they push themselves over. Collective, though, nice play. Aggressive push for them, and very, very strong. So, I like what you've seen early doors. For me, a couple of areas, though, which does sort of push down towards it, very much on this east-hand side. We've had it very much on the EU, especially in the private servers. Very much favouring on that east-hand side recently. Very keen to see how this goes. We are on the live servers, so has the ability to go anywhere, as we've already seen with some of these games. But, hey, have to wait and see. The Reddit and our Who fight has been kicked off. Who losing one. Unfortunately, only took second last game. I think Reddit will be disappointed. They didn't really get into the top spot either, as they had the numbers, unfortunately, for game number 3. So, as I said, this fight might actually go stagnant for a while. Again, it's all about angles. We love city fights. I love city endings. They're horrible for the players, great for casters, but early fight here, this shouldn't go very quick. I think these guys will just sort of tinker around the edges for a while, but they've got to remember in the back of their mind, it is going to shift at some point. We expect, and they've got to be ready to go.
Yeah, especially because those two teams aren't really the most aggressive out of the ones in this lobby. There are a lot more that I would kind of give that aggression check mark next to their name. But dude, ADR's split. They have Rhett on one hill, Greta and Z-Ray at Church north of Pozo, and they have Innate in the compound between them. So they are on a very aggressive split, and I like it. It just, again, it depends on if anyone's crashing them. But again, I don't think anyone's going to crash them. I think most people are usually scared to crash as a 4-man in the early game, at least in NA. So
Early
I'll
game, you
be
mad?
interested to see where
All
they
about
go.
early crashes. Look at this early crash here. HP versus Play. Play obviously have got the knocks and confirms they got down to their final player. HP, I'm going to say, was one of the teams that I was maybe sort of put a little mark against when I had the confirmed names and numbers. And I was thinking, this is one to watch. This is a strong team. They got a high ranking on the stuff that came out on Twitter. And don't forget, guys and girls, if you're not already, give the guys American PUBG League a follow on Twitter. Make sure someone whacks the link out in chat. That's where you're going to get the latest updates, all the news, the insights of the players. We are planning to do interviews with players as well, but it'd be more from a day 2 onwards. We don't want to upset the team's early doors here, as we are seeing that HP already down to a 1 and having to go find somewhere to live now. But the Miramar terrain is never great. I think he's going to try and push himself up eventually to the shack that's a little bit further up from him. But very, very hard. Zone's about to come in and hit. Most teams, actually all teams are now in. ClownCar, though, taking a massive split on that west-hand side. A little bit clear on that northwest corner. I think people are just trying to wait out. Again, different to what I see from an NA and EU point of view. More teams are spread out here. They are finding themselves a little bit better positioning and have to wait for the next zone before we see the full commitment.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to allude to, but of course, just playing high performance, kind of just wanting to prove me wrong there. So typically, from what I've seen, NA usually takes a lot more of their space, like flexes out, and then late game it just goes absolutely crazy. So interested to see what happens, but Winnie as a solo now, just kind of waiting and hoping that circle does pop on him. I'm not too surprised, but I don't think he's going to be making an appearance anytime soon.
Yeah, to try and wait. This is all about the zone. This is where everyone is waiting for the zone to shift. We're going to see a lot of long distance fighting, literally teams taking kind of a battle stance approach to things, as they are taking shots backwards and forwards. And this is a bit more of a damaging, scouting out, putting your line in the sand, so to speak, and obviously waiting for obviously the rest of the game to finish. I think this is where the key. 15 seconds now to go. We are going to see now the map come up. And let's have a quick look, as the zone will give us a telltale. So I'm very keen to get on this very quickly as well. Map's about to pop. The zone's going to shift. Where's it go? No one knows apart from PUBG. North.
Oh my
East.
gosh.
Wow, that's a big shift. Now, Hartford Who's, they're already in the car. So they should just continue driving here. But They got the momentum shift. We have to wait.
I think that they're going to continue, and oh man, as long as they don't wait, are they going to catch out Winnie? He's super close to them.
Oh, no run over this
Oh,
time.
okay. He had a little bit of a dip. That's nice, but I think if I was Hartford Hughes, I would be calling out Cabrera or taking a compound north of Cabrera. I think that that is as strong as you can hope for right now. But funny business and luck equation getting really close to each other. T-Sock, I think he took some shots at Philo, but
Back.
no knock coming out, so he'll be happy with
They've
that.
actually gone passive. They're going to sit now on the outside. They scout the compound coming up here, and instead of taking a bit more of an aggressive approach, they put themselves in a smaller compound on the outside. You have to try and win it out. Creative Fields obviously now kind of leaving the zone. I think they won't see many teams go for a full send in here, like we're seeing with these cars. Cars are horrible when it comes down to driving on Miramar. And we're seeing the LA market going for a full send, putting the wear and tear on these tyres. And it is pretty strong. HP though down on a 1, continuing to rotate through. Most of these teams are now settling themselves down. Monkeys with a bit of a split here. Full tilt though. We're not really seeing too much from them. They are sitting low down in the compound here. Just play a little bit further south from them. Luck though, they got again a 2-1-1 split, taking the high ground either side of this compound. I like the play though with the compound underneath it. They will find themselves a little bit of relief from a lot of the action up in here, but I do worry if we do see a knock from these Soda players, they can't really get the res on them, right? They're going to go down and you're kind of going to bleed out unless they go for a full extension, but I just have to wait and see. But the good news is they're going to be able to pick up, they are going to be able to see some heavy rotations, and they're going to be able to pick up those teams and get the information towards their team.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm personally looking at all these and I'm trying to figure out which compound I would like the most. And the one that I actually haven't seen anyone even scout out is the one southeast of Winnie. It is the one that's like mostly up the hill from Crater Fields and right next to it. I forget what that's called. But I feel like that's a very strong spot. You can keep vehicles safe there. You can take shots at everybody and their mother. It's just a very strong spot, and I'm surprised that no one's taking it. I was gonna say, I feel like some of the stronger teams would take it, but all the stronger teams just are nowhere near there. So it wouldn't make sense for them to take it. But I'm taking a look at Monkey Business and near Trashtical A, but never mind. Just Play versus Elusive is going down.
Just Play versus Just Play. They knocked each other out of the vehicle. Not quite knowing there. And Elusive, though, capitalised on the kill. Long distance shot. They're going to be punishing these guys. They should be able to get the res, but oh god, mental mistake though. Early doors, that's not what you need. When he is still alive, living the dream. But yeah, you don't want those losses on phase number 2, especially to your own team player as well. So have to continue to wait and see. But they're in a good spot. Hopefully they'll get the next couple of zones. Maybe they'll be able to work out on this one. But we are seeing a crash out on the other side here. Dildo coming in, ClownCar who were crashing in though on ADR, now having to focus their attention back. That zone shift though comes back to the town. ClownCar still got a good bit of zone in, but they've lost a player now. It's hard to fight on these bits because you've got to go from one side to the other, and yeah, you're kind of never ending with the amount of third party action coming in. Maybe they get away with this. Honey Badger though peeking up and over, putting the comms on, not taking the shots on the player, now putting the shots down as he gets some great headshots though. Puts him down to the final player now. Full tilt though on the back burner and out in zone, just about coming in, and ClownCar should be able to see him as he crests over this topside hill.
Yeah, Tilt Town though, they did get one. I think it's Zenny who is the first one out from ClownCar, but ClownCar are going to be happy with that. 4 for 1, unless Kara does something absolutely amazing. Which, to be fair, I think that we saw them with the M4 with the headshot spray in one of the Erangel games. I think it was maybe 2 matches ago. So we've seen them be able to take really good shots. But right now, I think the hunt's coming out. But actually, never mind. I think that they're looting just a little bit, and Kara's just really scared, trying not to get shot at.
We'll come back to that in a bit. We are seeing a lot of teams now. So there's a zone obviously descending down, and most of this town going out. A lot of teams are going for a full send now. We're again losing numbers though, as it is just kind of a no information full send approach, and they're trying to take what they classify as the strength buildings, but actually it's never going to favour them because they haven't got the info right. And then when they get themselves in, they find the third party action coming from the hillside when actually they could have maybe just held out for a little bit longer.
Yeah, now we're looking on the well, I'm looking at the south side and I see that Forged, Red Allstars, and Hartford Hughes are actually fighting. War's gonna go down and Uncivil is should too. And oh my gosh, this is absolute madness and I love it.
This is crazy. There's a lot of action going on. A lot of teams fighting the outside war. Obviously, Forge though still trying to fight. They do lose down the one. They're down to the final player now. Does get some knocks. The great
Ooh.
thing is he's got the zone on his favor. He's going to try and confirm up. He's trying to get as much information as possible. As he does go down and out, known Cab is going to have to try and deal. It's another one-on-one fight though, but that's the third party action. That's what he doesn't want to take. Colt might, if is he got a nade? You'd expect him to get these nades over. The information's coming from the rest of the team. I don't think he quite knows. He's waiting for the blue to push him out. He's going to go for a one-on-one here. Has he heard the footsteps? Bordeaux pushing back. Who taking the third party action? Surely seen him. Does get the headshots though. Goes on for a one-on-one. Does eventually re-peak it and then get the confirm that he needs. Bordeaux, good games on the wrangle. Goes out early door on Miramar.
Yeah, really well done by Colt on that one. And they're gonna still have to make it in zone. And this with this circle pop, I think that blue is really gonna be hurting. So Monkey Business in the north trying to find a new home. Colt though, he has to go down to blue. Really nice shot by Fries. And zone shift is I love this. This is gonna be so much fun to watch,
It's
dude.
coming out of
Have you
town,
ever
mate.
seen a circle ending here?
Not with that amount of towns still remaining in, right? ClownCar, I think, are in the strength. They got this ridge line. They should just now try and hold, ensure no one feels the west-hand side, right? But again, they've got this wonderful eyesight. And this is the zone that we're going to end up on. These teams who are going in the town, they're going to have to condense themselves in towards this sort of southwest section of it. Do the teams on the outside, like Monkey Business, maybe try and take the rotation? Do they maybe contend with our well, I suppose our clown car team that's up high? Looks like clown car actually moving down, but Monkey Business though taking one of the compounds. Clown car have come down, so they've given up that section. Now they want to maybe take a slight split as they are pushing down. Wouldn't be surprised to see if they crash in as they go for a full 180. They actually do identify Monkey Business though are game number one winners. Is it game number one? Yeah, game number one winners. They get a full turn. They did beat him to it. I don't think it's a downside though. ClownCar I think will be better up on this sort of top side anyway of zone.
Yeah, I do like there's a lot of spaces for them to fight in. I really like Clown Car's spot because you can really kind of go anywhere off of zone shift. There are only like one or two circles that would cause you worry, but other than that, they can literally just push straight in east and be totally fine. So full tilt though, they're trying to find a home, and they're not in zone, and there's no way. I don't even know where they go. I think they would
This
go
is
in the
why
hills
I'm here.
south of Bavaria.
Where do you go? They're going for a huge rotation round now to the town. Do they think the town's more quiet? Are they trying to put themselves across on the other side? I'm a bit worried. They're going to go straight through. Maybe they get away with this because all the teams have already pushed across the road and now find themselves in, I suppose, the depths of the town. They are taking some initial shots. So they wiggle their way through, and lucky enough, I think they find themselves very lucky into a compound that you would have expected someone to be here. Luck though, do get the knocks though, as they will continue to apply the pressure though, as the U2 and nades are coming out, as they are now going for a full send forward. Looks like Trashtical though has maybe pushed in and around our monkey team. Monkey Business. Smoke's going out. Luck need to figure out how to get in here. Trashticals though on the bottom end of the road. Lurking all the way around. Does get the res. I just feel like Full Tilt are not dialed in on this one. They've gone for a big information. They're now having to try and farm as much information as possible though, as they are trying to push out on the adjacent side, but they're getting other action though, as ADR trying to hold the bottom side, FB trying to get themselves in, Trashtical trying to take the shots though, as Monkey Business though becoming subject to a third party action though. But want to try and get in. They know they've got to try and deal with this quite quickly. It is a hard zone. Trashticals though,
Oh my
Monkey Business
gosh.
going in, zone shifting away from town. Again, everyone who pushed themselves in town now has to get out pretty much. And well, I said last little bit there in that northeast corner is the remaining section. This is going to be horrible.
Yeah, and now I love Clown Car's positioning even more so because now they control 40% of it, But Trashtical 8 did crash onto Monkey Business, and now I think it's just one up from Monkey Business, if my math is correct.
That's correct, yeah.
I could be wrong. Okay, yeah. But Trashtical 8, they had, I think now it's just 2 up.
Yeah, they are extended in. They did catch that. Nice shots though, as that rotation. ClownCar though, despite losing this compound towards Monkey Business, do you know what? It's actually running their favour now. Zone's gone back that way, and we're seeing all these teams having a fight, and Collectors are the only ones that should be collecting the kills here, because they're the team in the corner. They're in the prime real estate where these teams need to get to. Full Tilt have to get themselves in. ADR needs to get in. Collectors just need to collect these kills quickly.
Yeah, and I know that you haven't mentioned it, but the other team that I'm looking at is the former Mercy team, the What It Takes team, because they do have the next, what should I say, control of zone. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. But they're taking a ridge that is very powerful on that south side, so they could easily actually pick some teams off from above in Cabrera. But Elusive finally goes down, and now Full Tilt are going on a full crash in that north compound, and there's only a 2-1 there. So Grand Lannis knocks 1. There's 2 left.
It's on shotguns. That's what you want to see. Gets ready to go for the cook though. Shotgun in hand. He's only got the up and over, so he's got to get ready to go. Oh, he just drops the ball as he goes running around to try and deal the damage. Where Monkey Business though, laying low, able to get a quick kill and confirm what it takes though. Does finish off Full Tilt though from that hillside as you mentioned. And Trashtical comes at the M249 trying to finish up, and I think it actually ends up in a 1v1 battle, despite being a third or fourth party action. The numbers have just gone down, and the third party's come off that hill eventually.
Yeah, and I think if you're Monkey Business, you're just very happy that Grand Lannis has survived this long and gotten as many kills as he has. Grant, though, I want to see him get another shotgun kill, man. Shotgun kills are very satisfying. I know everyone hates them, but I personally love them. It's a little bit of a troll, but it's a great troll. Oh my gosh. ADR and Nate getting Fluxy, Babbler, and Pickle. Now it's just down to Hazel, and what was such a strong position is now falling fast for them.
You got to think they put their strength down on that northeast corner, right? Look at the smokes that have come in, and they just couldn't deal the damage. And ADR got the U2 in play, and eventually got the GOAT deals the final blow his control. And for them, they actually get some good real estate here, but they've got to deal with what it takes. Long distance shots coming over. They get a knock, unable to get the confirm here. 4 kills on the board. What it takes, though, for me, has the strength of position now. I feel like it's come away from ClownCar. It goes straight towards them on the high ground, but ClownCar are trying to work ankles. Honey Badger comes down this sort of south side lane in wait, just obviously waiting for the ability to go up, but it's a very, very, very hard shift now to try and get up and over here, and it looks like what it takes already knows he's here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Util come raining in on him. If it hits that building, it will come straight back. Yeah, definitely have seen him. He's got to think about how he goes in. I think this is more about the rest of the team. Like, where do the rest of the ClownCar team now push? They've got to relieve pressure off Honey Badger. Looks like they are going for a, not quite a crash, but they are going round. Surprised for ClownCar, we're not going to see him driving by. But this is a good release of pressure. They've put themselves up. They put what it takes on the back foot now. There's that Monkey Business 1 Trashticals, that 1v1 fight eventually in that section.
So actually, I really do like the push, but I don't like the timing of it. I think that they really should wait for a team coming from Cabrera to crash, and we're actually going to see that now from the other side. ADR is going to push on to sneak attack, so great timing from them. But now what it takes are a 3-1 split, having to fight 2 teams, and ADR actually not being as aggressive as I thought, and now able to focus just on to ClownCar. And really, it's just a matter of gun skill at this point. They have the smokes up, they have the terrain, and it's really just a straight out fight now.
Yeah, it's literally a heavyweight fight. And again, we see it goes back one apiece on either side. They actually do the damage, and actually coming in this bottom side, this south side, really nice play. Doesn't even get out the buggy, straight back on the hillside now. ADR fully understanding they need to get this as we do go for top 4 now. ADR just sort of reaching over the top. Should be able to pick up the players. Oh my God, sneak attack.
Oh my gosh.
Gets the knock on him as well. Jeez Louise. Mate, that was damaging.
That is absolutely insane. Sneak attack. I know he got knocked and flushed, but the fact that he got the knock onto, I think it was Z-Ray, was absolutely insane. But I do think that what it takes does need to push on that, as they might not know that ADR aren't 4 up, but they do know that they have a knock, and unfortunately they're going to push off of it. But still, really good shots coming out from sneak attack. So kudos to him.
the speed that he flicked over was just insane. He went to go help the boys out, deal with the fight. They understood ClownCar being the danger team, so to speak, not because of where they are positioned in the leaderboard, but actually from a end in this game. They knew they had to deal with anyone wrapping in that southeast corner, right? Dealt with it really quickly, turned around, didn't even get out the buggy, pushed himself back up to this hill. Without any information, you already know a team's pushing up, but he got off that car, was under heavy fire, received some bodies, but just flicked straight over onto the player, was just insane. It might have quietened down slightly, I hope, anyway now. Hope. ADR sitting themselves in a little bit of a corner. They got 3 players, a 2 with a 1 split, though. FB, they have come up their little battle with a 2-2. Does go back towards Monkey Business, so we did see the fight and these teams losing out in the compound here. So do hold out again and outside. These type of zones, though, could go either way, right? Because we might see teams get pinched in. We might see a lot of third party action. We might even see FB, who kind of this crazy 1-1 split, just kind of capitalize up. But what it takes now, losing zone, they've got to make something happen. And we are seeing them being a bit more strategic on their movement going forward. I'm keen to see how it goes. What it takes, though, does get that relay player, though, out from ADR that was lurking out on that north side. But surely not.
Oh my gosh.
No.
He still has the shotgun. Get his bummer.
Let's go.
I was really hoping the Grand Ladders could do something, but still, Monkey Business, that's good on the placement points. They'll be very happy, especially going down so many players so early. They'll be happy that Grand Ladders could, I don't want to call it wrap, but essentially survive as long as he did. So ADR, what it takes barely in zone, and ADR not at all. So they really need to do something in order to make a play to force something to happen. But Keegan and Tater are very far apart, so if one of them gets knocked, I kind of doubt if they can actually get rezzed.
It's a hard push, right? They're out of zone. They've got little cover up here on this on ramp, but as it comes up and over, they then get fully exposed. This is this heavyweight fight we keep talking about. They're going to have to throw punches at each other. This smoke is about to go. What it takes needs to understand that this team is going to come this way. They're not going to push north, so they've got to get rid of the util. That there could be a game changer. The first nade goes over. Second nade causing a huge amount of damage. The mollies, though, coming back from what it takes is just not on par. They have to get these shots, though. First one goes down. What it takes, though, final player holding up for them from such a strength, though. Flash going out. Down for a 1-shot here. Looks like they are pushing around to try and get some information. Can he get the one? Goes for one. Greta Goats on literally one shot. Able to get the med over. Surely Greta Goats can be able to finish one up as he goes up and over and does eventually close it up. 1v2, and it has gone in the favour of ADR. And if I had to put a team coming out the win of this one, it would have been what it takes. GG.
Yeah, they did really well, but now it is at Funny Business. They were in third place on the leaderboard overall, so that 18 points should put them closer. I don't think it actually puts them directly into second.
No, but do you know what it does do? That is back-to-back chicken dinners from Funny Business, though.
True.
Really, really, really good games from them. Now, you got to think they were down numbers. If I was to call that team now, I would have not put them. They were on a solo individual splits. Yeah, they had that one-on-one fight. Did Monkey Business, didn't know the information that player, all that fighting, eventually popped up and over, able to obviously get the kill when it happened, and then we just saw it unfold really from there. Loads of action though happened from the action replays, even from the offset, where these teams got caught a little bit on zone. We saw teams though rotating their way through, and it just really became a kind of a bloodbath, and I think again subject to zone, that zone shift back to that west hand side. The everlasting PUBG though, mate. They just got teased. They got this city being in play, and it was like, hell, let's get an El Cabrera. It's gonna be safe. And then we saw loads of teams send it through, and then that zone shifted away. It was just a full bloodbath. A couple of teams though on the outside, Matt, for me, but to note, ClownCar. They obviously got deterred away by Monkey Business. Actually favoured them. They were unable to get themselves in. Great shots though. That's what I was talking about though. From FB, ADR though. This for me, that nade game changed this one. He was able to hold out. Great shots though. Greta the Goat puts down one. Goes down to a 1-shot though herself. Able and flashes come up and over. Does get a heavy one-on-one. Greta's though putting those shots on play. Then we see it come straight back on over, ending the thing. But then unfortunately for them, FB already put themselves in a great position to end out. Good play. Definitely want to call it for Funny Business though. It was back-to-back. Hey, that was game number 4. We've got another 2 for today. We're going to go for a quick break before we go into lobby number 5. We've got 2 more this evening. Sit back, relax, get yourself a quick drink, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
When home was ripped and night. Now all you give to me is empty apologies. Drinking you out my mind, watching the time go by. Stay faded, staying high, waiting for you all night. I'd rather hear you lie than face the truth and cry. Stay faded, staying high, waiting for you all night. Drinking you out my mind, watching the time go by. Stay faded, staying high, waiting for you all night. I'd rather hear you lie than face the truth and cry. Stay faded, staying high, waiting for you all night. Waiting for you, waiting for you. Stay faded, staying high, waiting for you all night. Waiting for you, waiting for you. Stay faded, staying high, waiting for you all night.
When the sun sets, I'm ready to let go, 'cause that's all I know. Just wanna dance the night away. 'Cause it seems to me that we choose to